Hey, it is Friday. Welcome to your go-to show for sports here on the Shore, Delmarva Sports Insider. I'm Anthony Joseph.
And I'm Chris Brunk. Thank you for joining us. We've got a lot to get into tonight, Anthony.
We certainly do. Let's go over what we have in store for you tonight. We have a local baseball player ready to make the jump to the next level, and another one who's already made the jump to the highest level. Of course, we'll be hearing from Mason Fluharty, but also his catcher, Alejandro Kirk, on the special bond they share.
We've got the Shorebirds in action tonight and exciting news for Pocomoke Little League softball. But, Anthony, we have to start with the best players in Delaware getting to rep their schools one last time at tonight's Blue Gold All-Star Game.
This was the game they've been waiting for, Chris, all season, and now tonight it was finally here. Some high school football seniors were showcasing their skills at the University of Delaware for the final time. This year was the 69th annual DFRC All-Star Football Game. Tonight kicked off blue and gold All-Star. Blue team with the ball. Brady McBride passes it, and there's Aiden Lego, and he pushes away there. Blue team starts it off in the game with the offense, and of course he had to celebrate. Gold team looking to equalize. Julius Timmons from Cesar Rodney with a deep pass to Lake Forest Darius Miller. He'll get it over the defender, and we have a ball game. Both teams tied at 6. He just finds the end zone. Blue looking to take the lead. McBride with a deep pass down the middle and hits the hand of Ryan Tattersall. With a 2-point conversion, they take the lead. Gold looking to get one more in before the half-deep pass sideline, and Emery Womack gets the touchdown. By the half, Blue leads 14-12. With Gold only scoring one more touchdown in the second half, the Blue team would go on a rampage and score 34 more points before beating the Gold team 48-18. Stay updated while we're at these games in real time.
Make sure to follow WMDT Sports on Facebook and X right now. Well, Woodbridge baseball player Austin Griffith, Anthony, he had a great spring for the Blue Raiders. In his senior season, Griffith earned a second-team all-conference nod in the Henlopen South, the third time in his 4 years that he earned all-conference honors. Griffith, along with the other Woodbridge seniors in the class of 2025, helped lead the Raiders baseball team to the postseason 3 times in the last 4 years, with Griffith leading his team in hits this season. He was second in runs scored, tied second on the team in extra base hits. As an outfielder, Griffith was selected to represent Woodbridge in the annual Blue Gold All-Star Game at Frolic Stadium in Wilmington. In that game, he went 2 for 2 at the plate with a walk and RBI, 2 runs scored, including the game-tying run in the 9th inning. He also showed off his defensive prowess with an outfield assist. Quite a show. Now preparing to play baseball at Del Tech next year, Griffith looks back on what he'll remember most from his career as a Raider and what it meant for him to be selected for that Blue Gold All-Star Game.
My coaches and my teammates for sure, and then just making the playoffs 3 out of 4 years and being able to play in the Blue Gold Game one last time for Woodbridge and represent them. It was pretty cool. My goal going into this senior season was to make the Blue Gold Game, which that was one of my biggest goals. So when I got the text that I was selected for the game, I was pretty excited for it.
Mason Fluharty is the former Cape Star, now rookie reliever for the Toronto Blue Jays. He's having an impressive season as he struck out 35 batters in 31 innings. Mason continues to work hard before the game and in practice to be prepared for the games. This past weekend, as a member of the Toronto Blue Jays, his team took on the Phillies at Citizen Bank Park. He's enjoying going to the parks just like he did when he was a fan. Fluharty talks about what it's like to play at different parks and gives student athletes the advice to help them someday be in the position he is, and that's being in the majors.
It's like more and more you pitch, more and more you get out there. It's baseball, and at the end of the day, it's the same game as when we were younger. So, yeah, definitely a little bit more comfortable. But obviously, you always have to adapt to changing and evolving with this game. It's a hard game. Just play it. Just play hard. Just continue to keep your head down. Even when things are going well, you just got to keep your head down. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. Just stay in the middle somewhere, and and the game will come back and get you.
From the majors, taking a step back to AAA, former Delmarva Shorebirds player Samuel Basallo is having a really good season for the Norfolk Tides in 3A. He's already ripped 15 home runs with 31 RBIs in just 45 games. His OPS is hanging around 1,000 at 974 right now. He's only 20 years old. Seems like he might be destined to be a superstar, though. Basallo is now playing some first base, and he's making some defensive plays, too. That move makes him more valuable to the Orioles organization because now he can play multiple positions, and the O's sure could use his bat in the lineup. Going to be interesting to watch how his future unfolds.
They certainly can use him. They probably need him tonight. Softball tournament that's returning to the area for the summer is the 2025 Maryland State Softball Tournament for minors and majors are being held in Pocomoke at Newtown Park Recreational Sports Complex for ages 10 to 12 divided by minors and majors. Pocomoke will be hosting the tournament for the first time since 2018 from July the 7th through the 12th. Teams will be competing for their spot in the Eastern Regional Mid-Atlantic Tournament held in Bristol, Connecticut. As of 2024 District 8 champions, it's not Pocomoke's first time being here. President of Pocomoke's Little League, Travis Calgar, is happy to see the tournament back in Pocomoke, showcasing the girls locally along with the community coming to see their players.
It means a lot to have it local. Our girls get to play on their own fields here at their home turf. People don't have to travel as far, especially across the state, which some people might not be able to do. But it really means a lot. The community is a big supporter. People come out and help put on the tournament and help us with different needs. And it's just really nice to have it here in our hometown.
And this is one for all the car lovers and motorheads out there. We've got something coming up tomorrow night that you won't want to miss. A Saturday night cruise-in hosted by Wheels That Heal, the shopping center at the intersection of 50 and Tillman Road in Salisbury. Right now, it's an empty field and parking lot that you're looking at, but by 5 p.m. on Saturday, it'll be packed with beautiful and classic cars, as well as community members that want to have a good time and support a good cause. There's going to be food and ice for the heat, raffles, a silent auction, and a whole lot more. All the proceeds from the event will go to benefit the Alzheimer's Association. That's one of 6 causes that Wheels That Heal is supporting this summer. Club President John Smith talks about their mission and what these cruise-ins are like in the first place.
We're a nonprofit organization. We raise money all summer long through car shows and these cruise-ins, and we, at the end of the year, we give it all away. So we don't keep any of it. There's no administrative costs. It all goes back into the community. It's always a good time out here. We have all different kinds of cars. We have all different kinds of people. Everything from new cars to old cars, from old folks to new folks, from young people to the older folks, and we just like to fill this field up best we can and just try to raise as much money as we can.
That's going to be a good time tomorrow.
For sure.
We're calling our first time out, but when we return, more about Mason Fluharty as we will hear from his catcher with the Blue Jays, Alejandro Kirk.
We've got that and more when Delmarva Sports Insider returns.
Jim Berkman, Salisbury University men's head lacrosse coach. Man, am I excited to be watching Delmarva Sports Insider.
Welcome back to Delmarva Sports Insider. This past weekend, Toronto Blue Jays pitcher Mason Fluharty pitched in 2 games at Citizen Bank Park. He has developed a special bond with the catcher Alejandro Kirk. Here's my interview with Kirk and his translator.
¿Cuál es el mensaje entre ustedes dos básicamente cuando él está en la loma?
Bueno, tenemos buena amistad.
I mean, first of all, we have a good relationship from before, so that's very good, very important to have, and whenever he's on the mound or whenever we play, that's very important for us to have that relationship and also for have good communication.
Talk about the process, the progress that Mason is making each outing. When he goes in there, he feels more comfortable.
El progreso que está, vamos a hablar un poquito del progreso de Flu cada vez que coge la loma.
Sí, bueno, la confianza que tiene él es muy buena.
Yeah, definitely his confidence. His confidence in the mound, it's amazing, and then I mean he gained the trust of the manager, the coaching staff, the teammates, and we all know that he can help us a lot.
What does he like the most about Mason's game or his pitching arsenal?
Lo más que te gusta de Mason, de su juego o de su arsenal?
Me gusta su recta se corea y
Definitely his fastball, the way he cuts. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's natural too, and obviously he's him being aggressive all the time in the mound. That helps a lot too.
Final question: what advice do you give him being a rookie? So, what advice does he give Mason being a rookie to kind of help him get through this rookie season?
Un buen consejo que tú le darías a Mason para seguir, ¿verdad? Lanzando como está y continuar su rookie, la campaña rookie de él.
que siga confiando en él, ¿no? En su habilidad.
Definitely to keep trusting on his abilities, and to continue to do what he's been doing, and then he's going to be fine.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, when we come back, we'll tell you about a special event that's happening in Berlin tomorrow. And locals enjoying the sun at Unity Square today. We'll have those stories and more right after the break.
This is David Hearn, head football coach at Delmarva High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.
Good evening and welcome back. Not long ago, Unity Square was just a parking lot, and a little over a year later, it's become a beloved community space and a perfect spot to cool off in the summer. WMDT's Haley Ray has more.
We're here in downtown Salisbury in Unity Square for the first anniversary, and there's kids playing around, enjoying the water and enjoying the warm weather.
The name over there, you pointed over there, Unity, it stands for itself, and a lot of people come out here, and it's very nice that, that they made this area someplace for the kids to go.
As the warm weather approaches and local kids are out of school for the summer, community members are out enjoying Unity Square Park.
As you can see, the summer feels nice, so it's a very nice environment for the kids. Hopefully, we got some more, make you feel more safe for the kids and for the parents too.
Kids and community members say they are thrilled to have this park right in their neighborhood. Charlene Collins said she likes the ease of having the park right downtown.
It is very convenient because I live like about 7 minutes away, so it's really nice, and we don't have far to go.
And while the central location is nice for the parents, the children are keeping cool in the splash zone.
These are my kids, and they just love it out here, don't you guys?
Yeah, I love it out here. Me too. It's so beautiful, and it's got water and a playground.
And another park lover, Dario, shared that the name Unity Square felt just right here in downtown.
I feel just welcome at home, and having my kids out here playing and all unified.
In downtown Salisbury, I'm Haley Ray, WNDT, because local matters.
Unity Square is open 24 hours to the public, located between Camden Street and Circle Avenue here in downtown Salisbury. Meanwhile, the Woodland Ferry in Sussex County will be closed next week, Monday and Tuesday. For many locals, the ferry helps them avoid the longer trip going around the river, and so this closure can be a burden for those who are hoping to save some travel time. Local ferry rider Glenn is one of them.
So that means I'm adding an hour and a half to my travel time, which would have been a total of maybe a half hour, 15 minutes one way, 15 minutes back.
The good news is that the ferry is expected to reopen on Wednesday. And Germantown School will be hosting a fun event tomorrow. The Heritage Center is celebrating with a summer fun kickoff, bringing rides, face painting, animal encounters, and free food. The school's president, Barbara Purnell, says the day is designed to mirror historic celebrations held at the school between 1923 and 1954.
Is to celebrate the children, reward them for, their school year. And it's a day of fun, laughter, and food. It's a sense of pride to just, bring all the people together because it's a place for all people.
The event is free and, as you heard, open to all and runs from 11 to 3 p.m. You can find the festivities at 10223 Trapp Road in Berlin. And now we're going to send things over to Chief Meteorologist Rich Wardzik, who's got a check on our weather.
All right, I'm just going to throw the numbers out here right now, Han. Record high temperatures that we're looking at moving forward. We're going to start with Sunday because that's the day where this next heat wave will be really start to be noticeable at that point. I don't think our records on Sunday are going to fall. Salisbury and Georgetown upper 90s, but Monday's records, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are all in jeopardy of either being tied or broken. That is how pronounced this next heat wave is going to be. I know it's summer. We get heat waves, but this early in the season to be talking triple-digit temperatures, man, that's tough here for Delmarva, and I don't know what it's going to be like here by the end of the week, but I think we'll eventually get into some better weather at that point. But, man, it's going to be tough. The storms that came through yesterday evening were kind of tough, too. It did give us some temporary relief, but it did bring down some of the older trees, I mean, not even older, but the weaker trees and limbs. Called it kind of a pruning situation here with the storms that were coming through. Unfortunately, it did cause some power outages briefly in some of these areas here, some of these locales in Somerset County. Meteorologist Eric Alf was out kind of surveying some of the damage. He noted that too, some of the weaker limbs and trees that came down. But it was beautiful after the storms came through. This is from Dan in Hebron. What a shot there out there. It was a beautiful sunset that we had post-storm activity. Morse Roofing and Siding Skycam back to the here and now. It's a warm evening, but with the drop in humidity, it was so much easier to be outside this evening. Had such a good time down in Salisbury with Third Friday. Hopefully everybody had a chance to just enjoy the break in the heat and humidity this evening. Temperatures still on the warm side, 70 in Salisbury, Ocean City at 75, Georgetown 72. Not bad. Again, when you don't have the humidity, we can handle all this. Check out how warm it is, how hot it is off to the west. Des Moines, Iowa at 86, St. Louis, Missouri 86. They just dropped below 90 a few hours ago. That type of heat is headed our way. So the cool front that came through yesterday, that's parked off the coast. It does turn into a warm front off to the west. It's the edge of this heat dome that's starting to build. High pressure at the surface right now is all good because it's to our west. We've got that northwest flow. This thing is going to move off the coast here by the end of the weekend, and we'll get into a southerly flow. In fact, that's going to start tomorrow, but it'll really be noticeable as we go into Sunday. Dew points tomorrow will start to climb again into the upper 60s and low 70s. But aloft high pressure along with high pressure at the surface will work to create this heat dome going into the weekend and into next week too. And there isn't going to be any change in our weather. It's just going to be sunny skies all day long. And look at this here. Heat index near 100 Sunday afternoon. Monday afternoon, close to 105 at interior Delmarva. Some of these downtown areas like Salisbury, Georgetown, even downtown Cambridge, we could be pushing 110 plus. This is going to be a dangerous heat wave. 65 to 70 tonight under a mostly clear sky. Tomorrow's forecast 87 to 93. I'm going to call it seasonably hot. Tomorrow's going to be all right. But Anthony, this is nasty stuff next week. Feels like temperatures 105 to 110 through Wednesday. I mentioned a little better by the end of the week. That 92 and 90 on Friday, Thursday and Friday, that does look a lot better, doesn't it?
It certainly does, Rich, but I'll tell you what, I'll take the warm weather compared to all that rain. I'm tired of that rain. Stick around. A Delmarva field hockey player wrapped up their field hockey career, but she is still collecting awards. Find out what she recently won. You're watching DSI.
I'm Coach Sean Johnson from Snow Hill High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.
Welcome back to Delmarva Sports Insider. Jordan Holloman had a remarkable field hockey career as she was named the NFHCA First Team All-American, D2 Player of the Year, 2024 USA Today Player of the Year, First Team All-State, First Team All-Conference. Her talent has helped her land another major accolade. Here's the story. Jordan Holloman recently was named the first ever Delaware Sports Writers and Broadcasters Association Female Athlete of the Year. This award honors the top senior female athlete. The Delmar field hockey player talks about getting this prestigious award.
I think it just goes to show you how much work that I've put in since I started at Delmar, and being able to get through these last 2 seasons without any of my family or Josie and Macy and all of them helping me. So I've been able to work really hard with my teammates and leave it all out on the field and come out with the last 2 state championships, and I think that's mainly the reason why I got it.
Coach Jody Holloman was Jordan's varsity coach and has seen a lot of good players throughout her career. Coach Holloman says her daughter is a special player.
Was her ability to handle every situation under pressure all the time with such grace. She never got upset. She, had 2 and 3 people marking her every single game.
That attitude and natural ability helped her team win its 9th state field hockey championship in the fall. Jordan has a passion for field hockey, and she enjoyed her time playing for the Delmarva Wildcats.
I really like to win a lot, and being able to play with my teammates as well. I had a lot of fun this year and trying to help the younger players get better.
Jordan says she tries to be selfless, a good teammate, and player for her coach and mother. Jordan says she was lucky to have her mother coaching her. She mentioned how her mother made her a better player.
The best players are the best at the basics, so doing things like passing and receiving and pulls and things like that, those are the things that I mainly try and work on.
Jordan's older sister Josie is already playing at Maryland. Coach Holloman enjoyed coaching her daughters.
She has this subtle, funny personality that you don't see, with this little serious side that, it's really hard to tell, her mood for the day. But, she always came out and just had fun.
Jordan will take those great traits and instincts to Maryland to play field hockey with her sister and her cousin, Macy Bradford. The youngest Holloman will be leaving for Maryland in mid-July. Maryland is getting a dynamic score as she racked up 65 goals and 12 assists.
Meanwhile, now we move on to some minor league baseball. After a come-from-behind win last night, the Delmarva Shorebirds kicking off the second half of their season tonight against the Hickory Crawdads. And the start of the second half of the season was not kind to our hometown Birds. They fell behind big early, giving up 2 4-run innings in the third and the fourth. That was good for an 8-0 deficit. The Shorebirds would chip away in the middle innings with some RBIs from Kevin Guerrero, Nate George, and Luis Almeida, but they couldn't string enough offense together to bridge the gap. They fall to the Hickory Crawdads by a final score of 11-3. They're now 27-40 on the season. 2 more games in Hickory, North Carolina for the Shorebirds before they come back home for a 9-game homestand starting on Tuesday, June 24th.
And getting back to the Hollomans, it's really great that the mother, Jody Holloman, after coaching for 26 seasons for the Delmarva Wildcats field hockey squad, stepped down so she can see both daughters in the fall. It's just remarkable what she did because there's going to be a lot of travel on the road, and she wants to see every game. It just shows that passion, that a parent has for their kids.
Yeah, and I think for young players that are looking to really take their game to the next level, they could learn a lot from what Jordan was talking about being the best at the basics. You don't have to be trying to do crazy, fancy things, but if you're putting in the work every day, setting the foundation for your game, that's how you play like a Holloman. That's how you go D1 playing at Maryland.
It doesn't hurt either when you win all those awards. There was a lot of them.
Yeah.
Coming out, find out who's going to be the WMDT Athlete of the Week. You're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.
My name is Sophie Scursey, and I'm playing softball, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.
Well, I think the water's a great place to be for the next several days. Until we say otherwise. It's just going to stay hot and humid here moving forward. Starting the weekend here, our Saturday marine forecast, looking at the seas that aren't bad at all. Not at all. Holly Kia dog walking forecast. Not a bad start to the day. It's going to be a little hotter tomorrow. Humidity's going to start to creep back in. It starts the next heat wave that goes on for this entire 7-day forecast, it looks like. We talk about a heat wave at 90 or above 3 days in a row. Well, I think this is easily going to beat that. Close to 100 Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Those are actual air temperatures, feeling like 105 to 110. I said earlier, the downtown spots, even hotter. This is dangerous stuff here. We're not cooling off at night. And even all the way to Ocean City, Rehoboth, places like that. Highs in the low 90s, heat index near 100 each day. And it does cool off a little bit by the end of the week, Anthony and Chris. But wow, this is going to be tough to go through.
Thank you so much, Rich. It's time to unveil the WMDT Athlete of the Week. It's Hannah Webb from Archmere Academy. She recently qualified for the USGA Junior Girls Championship at the U.S. Naval Academy. She shot an impressive 2 under par to claim the medalist at the event.
And we want to hear who you think should win next week's award. Send in your suggestions to our email, sports@wmdt.com. Send those suggestions.
And we appreciate all the suggestions that you send in to us. Salisbury University coach Sherman Wood is having a football camp that starts on Sunday and it runs until Thursday. Wood has more than 26 years of experience, and he will be given some valuable football advice.
The camp will run from 6 to 7:30 p.m. If you have any questions, you can email sports@crownsportscenter.com. If you want to learn more about the game of football, there's probably not anyone in the area who would be better qualified to teach you than Sherman Wood, right, Anthony?
And another benefit, too, is because, you know, I've been listening to Rich's forecast, I always do. The temperature's going to be really hot next week. So a benefit of going to that camp is it's indoor at Crown, so the temperatures can be high, and they'll have the air conditioning on for you, and you're going to learn a lot from head coach Sherman Wood. Should be a great time.
Yeah, that could be borderline dangerous outside on the grass, on the turf, the sun beating down on you, but you get to learn about the North American game of football.
Well, Chris, I'm going to rescue you because we're all out of time. That's going to do it for tonight. As always, thank you so much for watching.
And be sure to keep up with us this weekend all over social media.
Have a great night.
Closed captioning provided by Value Carpet One.